and welcome to the Laughing Monkey Music Show. Today about Udo. Udo, this is a pleasure. I've been loving you for years. You guys have early on, you part of setting the blueprint for fast rock. You've kept it to this day. You have an album out that does more than just rock. It has a lot of stuff, and you've always done different types of, I think, styles in your music over the years also.
Yeah, I did a lot of different stuff also, yeah, sometimes you have to do something different, a little bit different, not too different, but a little bit different, to keep the whole thing interesting.
I agree. And with your career, I've loved the variation of different albums, whether it's Accept or Dirkschneider or Udo or different songs to other people. Two of the things I've always noticed is even the first couple of Accept albums, you had some different type of songs. They weren't all one style. You've also sang with different singers over the years
Yes.
also, which has been kind of fun. It's no ego, it's just about the song.
The songs, yeah, but for me, it's like, in all over these years, I did so many different stuff also,
Yeah.
in the beginning with UDO, and then now with Dirkschneider and the Old Gang. It's also a different story. Then I did also an album, We Are One, with a German army force, together. It was not a real classic thing, but in a way a classic thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot of different stuff what's going on all over the years.
You have a new album out. It's like the second album from their was it a band at this point or just a project that's continuing?
No, I would. Say it's a project,
Okay.
It's of course, uh, two people are working also in UDO, members of UDO. It's like Peter Baltes now, he's
Hmm.
a bass player in UDO. My son
Yep.
Sven on the drums.
That's
So,
gotta be cool.
but still I'm working also with Stefan Kaufmann in the studio. He's doing always my vocals since
Hmm.
I don't know how many years. And yeah, of course, it was great to have Matthias Dieth back on the guitar. I think
Yeah.
he is still a great guitar player, and yeah, and Manuela, she was working with us together on the Army Force album, We Are One.
Hmm.
We was looking for somebody who is singing a blindfold, a ballad in a way.
Yeah.
And she was working already with the Army Force, German Army Force for 1 year. And they said, yeah, maybe we have to write a singer for you. Is a
Hmm.
girl? And we said, okay, no problem. It's a girl, but whatever. The most important thing is that it's good. So,
That,
and then she did a demo version of it, and we said, yeah, perfectly. And that was the beginning that we start working together with Manuela, and then we did the next step was like we did an EP when the pandemic was happened. Nobody had really jobs, and so on and
right.
on and on. So, and this EP, what we did, was like only to help the people, to give them all the money what was coming in, the income was
Yeah.
going to all our closest people we know, So,
Yes.
and yeah, but the thing was that was so successful. Then the people said, "Oh yeah, oh great, but you have to do an album." Yeah, we said for us, we said there's no album planned, So, but getting more and more, the people said, yeah. Also, my own record company came up and said, oh, maybe it can be interesting to do a whole album. We said, yeah, it's not so easy to do this. Everybody's
Right.
really, really busy. Yeah, but then we start collecting some ideas. Yeah, Peter and Matthias and Stefan. Also, I had some ideas. Manuela had some ideas. Also, my son, and then we would start making some demo stuff, start arranging the whole thing
Hmm.
slowly. It took a while to do this. Yeah, and then in the end, we had enough material, and then we said, okay, let's try and do it. And yeah, and I'm really happy with the result of the whole album. There's a lot of different atmospheres on this album. We are three main singers. Like Peter
Hmm.
was doing stuff, Manuela is doing a lot of stuff. I do some stuff. we're singing together and harmony stuff and so on and on. That was really a lot of fun and also very interesting.
It's very, I think it makes sense looking back at everything you've done. It kind of feels like it's taking all those things you've been working on over the years and you're kind of
Yeah,
putting them all together on some level because
yeah, in a way, yeah,
it's
in
got
a
a little
way,
of everything in
yes.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, in a way, yes. I mean, there is also some, you hear some Accept stuff in there, you hear UDO stuff, you hear also some completely different stuff like Strangers in Paradise,
Yeah.
where Manuela is playing the piano and all that stuff, completely different. And so, and that's, yeah, what I said, it was very
It's a great
interesting.
album. I've heard the whole thing. Okay,
Yeah,
so both of you, I've heard the whole thing, and beyond the singles, which are good and great. But I mean, the
yeah,
album itself, as a collection of songs, which gives you the bigger span, the spectrum of the dynamics of having more than one singer. Because you're the most known singer. You could just do the whole thing yourself. But it's not about
yeah,
ego. It's about
no, it's like,
Manuel's voice is here. Joyce's
yeah,
is here. It's about what works in a song. How are
yeah.
you serving a song? And
Yeah.
that's what this is a collection of.
Yeah, I mean, that was also the point. I mean, so Stefan Kaufmann was responsible for this, I mean, he knows my voice. I mean, he did my voice for, I don't know, a long time.
Yeah.
So he knows also Peter's voice, and
Yep.
also, of course, in the meanwhile, also Manuela's voice.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think he knew already which one is working, what is the main vocals for Udo, what is the main vocal for Peter, Manuela, how we can uh, put this together, who is singing together and harmonies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think he did a great job, I mean, yeah, Stefan is good, really good in that.
I think it's great. I think it's a good singer songwriter, but it's a good rock album for people. It's not like it's like a pop album. It's a good album, and it still keeps to the your fans are gonna love it, like the
Yeah,
normal Udo fans. But also as we
yeah,
get older, we like little different stuff, and then we
yeah.
appreciate the different pieces you have in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, we put already out some 6 video clips on the
Yep.
of this album, and the reaction is like, wow. So that means we did something right,
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to call this album like a real heavy metal album. It's more, there's
No.
poppy stuff on it, rock and roll stuff,
Yeah.
different stuff, and I
Definitely.
think and it looked like the people like it. So,
And I think calling it, as a Dirkschneider The Old Gang. I mean, so like having your name in it, but also calling it something a little different. You're not totally locking into your brand, which is really known for being pretty heavy. You
yeah,
know?
but I mean, the thing is, at the moment, the people think this is the solo album of Udo. No,
Yeah. No. 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 The Old Gang
no,
part shows it to it. No. This is.
it's
I'll say it here. It's a collective of other talented artists besides yourself that makes this a
yeah,
very different animal. You
yeah.
know?
This is had nothing to do with a solo album.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's what can I say? I mean, that was a really interesting working, also music-wise, with all the ideas. I mean, the whole thing was not done by 1 or 2 people
Hmm.
composing-wise. Everybody was involved, So like, and yeah, that was a very interesting working thing, So yeah, what can I say? In the end, I'm really happy that we did it. And so the album is coming out on the 3rd of October, and we will see what's coming up
Your
in Denmark.
songwriting was your songwriting. Did you approach it differently on this album than you would with other bands?
No, I mean it was like we were sending thank God we have the modern technology.
Yeah.
So you can get some stuff to listen to that, and then we do it FaceTime, or we do like Zoom or whatever, and then
Hmm.
we were talking about that, this and this and this. I mean, everybody was really busy, so we have to use
Right.
this modern technology. But in the end, also I was very often in the studio and doing some vocal stuff, and then we said, yeah, this is okay, but maybe we can change it. And also Peter came up and said, yeah, maybe we can do a little bit more here and there. Everybody, and also
Right.
yeah, that was a good thing. I mean, in a way, I do the same with my own band, UDO, you know. I mean, it's not like that I'm the guy and said, okay, that's it.
Right.
It's also everybody is involved in that. I mean, we are working at the moment on a new UDO album, you know. So it's in a way the same thing what we did with Dirkschneider and the Old Gang.
Well, the collaboration probably makes it a stronger album too. The more of a collaboration, everyone can put input and everyone can say yes, no, than just one person's vision, which sometimes you miss something when it's just one person.
Yeah,
You kind
one
of miss it.
person. Yeah, that I
It,
mean,
it can be dangerous. It can be brilliant, or
it
it can be
can
a mess.
it can be brilliant, but it can be also a mess, you know.
Right.
Of course, in the end, I mean, now, I mean, for example, of course, we had for UDO we have a producer,
Right.
but I mean, he's not the producer and say, okay, you have to do it like this, and this, and this.
Right.
It's also teamwork, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that's always the best thing what you can do.
I think what you reflect here and other bands of this genre has been playing as many years has something that I think I've noticed talking to other younger bands don't have as much. It's a lot more independent songwriting. And I think the long game is collaborative with your
Yeah,
bandmates. I think the solo stuff that people doing kind of just breaks off, you know.
yeah. I mean, it's also, you know, with young bands. I mean, that there's some really good bands around, you know. I
Yes.
mean, young bands, and but the thing is, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, you know, there is a band coming up with a new album, and you know exactly that was made by computer,
Yep.
and then you see them live, and then you said, wait a second, this is not like like the
Yeah.
album, you know, but this is then different. That's it's a little bit critical, you know, sometimes for some, but of course you can do everything on a computer, you know. I can also do some stuff, you know, but I don't know. I mean, I like it more the older way, you know.
I love the old way. I like the voice. I like the mistakes. I like the sweat. I like the blood on the stage. I like a live band that can go. And if the band sounds a little different because it's the band that recorded it because they're live and they're on the road and the road affects their voice or their health. That's part of the excitement of a live band.
Yeah, I
You don't
mean, you
get that
know,
recorded like as a
yeah,
machine
but
robot.
no, I mean also on for life. I mean, it doesn't matter if the guitar player plays sometimes the wrong note, or
Yeah.
you are doing also sometimes you're not really hit the note with the vocals or whatever, you know. But this is live. I mean, that's what you said, you know, and that makes the whole thing interesting, especially in live if you do live concerts.
Well, if you can see the exact same thing you hear in a record, why would you even leave? Just get like a video or a laser disc. Why not? The live
Yeah,
performance is an experience, is a community. It's tribal. It's not perfect
yeah,
because life isn't
yeah,
perfect, but it's an experience that you don't get
yeah.
anywhere else.
But you know, this is also what I criticize a little bit. You know, I mean, sometimes you see bands they don't sing live.
Nope.
The choruses is oh, it's coming out of the machine.
Hmm.
Of course, in a modern way, you can put some stuff underneath. You know, maybe some very low keyboards or whatever, or make
Yep.
some sounds. But singing, I mean, I remember I saw a band, I forgot the name. It's like there was one guy singing in a microphone, and it was like 120 people were singing on stage. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, here we go. No, I mean, this is, yeah, this is like the modern way sometimes, you know. So, but I'm not a fan of this, you know.
No.
I wanna do it. I wanna do it real, you know.
Mhm.
So
I think that's very authentic. I think that's why people still go to you and others of this genre. I mean, it's still original. How are you keeping your voice so strong? One thing I do talk about is singers over the years because, and let me say this: they come out and they go, "I wish I wrote that song at a lower note because when I was 20, I could sing up here, and as I get older, your vocal cords on the road change, but your voice is so strong still."
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm really lucky with my voice, you know. I don't do any special things. I never I never warm up before I go on stage.
Nuh-uh, really? Like you do
No,
nothing? That's hilarious
no.
because like everyone else has
So
routines. You're like, nope.
I No, I mean, I do only one shout, it's like, wah,
Yeah.
and that's it. And then I go out and sing. That's it.
Always? You've always been like that?
Always, always. Never ever did
Never
any
not eating
warm
before,
up.
no dairy, no special tricks, no
No, no,
nothing?
no, 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 nothing else. I mean, that was also, I mean, I stopped smoking 20 years, 21 years already.
Mhm.
But, in the old days, before I was going on stage, take a
Yeah.
cigarette, and then here we go. So I don't know. I mean, I think I'm really, really lucky with my voice. I mean, I know a lot of singers at the moment. Sometimes, it's like ho, ho, ho,
Yeah.
ho,
It's
and
hard.
it's yeah. But yeah, what can I say? I'm lucky.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know a lot of singers, and it's not a dog because singing on the road all those years, your voice goes. It's an instrument. It's hard. Being a singer and a drummer are the hardest things in any band. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean, also some people like, when we had our new booking agency, and they start working on the European tour, they said, yeah, how many shows can you do? I said, yeah, 5, 6 in a row, no problem.
Oh
And
my God.
they was like, what? Yeah, I said, yeah, no problem at all. I can do that. And I mean, it's like, okay. And that, I mean, of course, it makes the whole touring much cheaper. You don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that days off and blah, blah, blah. So here we go, keep going. And for me, this is also a crazy thing with my voice. Uh, for me, it's better to have more shows in a row than
Mm,
instead of having two a day off, three a day off. This is, I don't know. This is for me, it's the wrong way.
right.
It's crazy, I know, but it works for me.
Well, if you're singing every day, it makes sense. If you use something every day, it's only gonna get better or stronger.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a muscle, and then it's like, yeah, here we go.
Well, you gotta be a dream then to the managing people because when you're not touring, every day off is like almost like a loss to the band, and the singers always feel the responsibility of singing and carrying the torch, and you're
Yeah.
like, bring it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's the best thing, and also I mean, also I don't know. In a band with UDO, everybody's happy that we are not only play two shows and then a day off, maybe 2 days off, 3 shows, whatever. And yeah, keep going. You're getting really into that, and that's yeah, everybody likes it in a band.
What is so with this album out? Are you gonna do some shows with this band? And I know you've so and I also want to talk about your new album with Udo. We'll talk about Udo because I mean got that work on too.
Ah,
The balance now. You've got too many good things now. That's a big problem, right?
yeah, I mean, everybody is asking now, are you going on tour with this? That's it. Never say never, but at the moment, I'm busy until next year, September, with
Yep.
the Ball to the Wall Reloaded
Hmm.
album. So, and then we are working on the new UDO album, and then we have a break after September, and then we
Yep.
start. The album is coming out of UDO, then we start touring with UDO. And I don't know where we can put this in.
Yeah.
But we will see. Maybe there is one spot where we can put maybe 10 or 15 shows in there, and do some special shows, and that's it.
Well, that's
Making
yeah.
making maybe a DVD or whatever, of this, and or a live record. I don't know, but at the moment there is no plans at all.
Well, it's good to keep the doors open though because it is a good group. And I think you'd have some fun if you could sneak a couple in,
But
between.
we will see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, this is like so now we're going on tour. We go to Kazakhstan, Moldavia, Turkey, and then we go with Saxon to England, Ireland. Doing shows together.
Yeah.
They're doing also like 40 or 50 years of Saxon, whatever, Wheels of
Wow.
Steel, and this tour is nearly sold out. Unbelievable. So, and then we do some more festivals in December, and then yeah, we have in January a little bit off. Another tour coming up, a small tour in Europe again, and then we go to Australia, Japan. Then we go to America, Canada, South America,
I'm looking forward to the America tour. So, save your
Yeah,
voice. Make sure you make it.
yeah, but I mean, that looks like that we are coming to America, I think in March,
Okay. I'll have to look at the
around
dates. Yeah.
March. Yeah, but we're still waiting that everything will be really confirmed.
Okay.
They're working on it, but it looks like, yeah, very good.
I've seen some clips online you doing it. It sounds just like time has lapsed, vocally, and your band is performing it great. So and a lot of young fans didn't get to see you in Accept or that album. It's a
Yeah,
chance, and you're at a point out with your Udo stuff that you can also do it, and it doesn't get confused. People know who you are separately, and they know who you were in that band. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And that's hard for an artist to break apart. I know at one point you were trying to make yourself, separate from the band because you are a separate artist and stand on your own. You have 19, 20 albums out. You clearly
yeah.
written
So
enough
yeah,
strong material to show that you are your own person. So to
yeah,
take time and honor an album like
yeah,
that, some young
yeah.
fans are, and older fans like me are happy to
You
hear it.
know, it's sometimes, things happened. For example, now with the Dirkschneider and the Ball to the Wall Reloaded, it was
Yeah,
not planned that we are doing so many shows, but the people, they want to have it. Of course, we play
yeah.
only Accept song. We play the whole Ball to the Wall album. It's like a hit parade what's going on. And the people really say yes. And so I mean, in a way, it's always like give the people what they want.
It
That's
is.
the
I
thing.
mean, let's get to honor. I mean, those couple albums that you did with them, and I'm not knocking them now by any means. I don't disparage any bands, but those certain albums hit a certain point, like Fast as a Shark and all those early albums that carried the blueprint for a lot of bands, a lot, especially like European better bands now have that sound that's carried over. So I mean, that's a cool thing to have done. At this point,
Yeah,
you probably wouldn't have thought that back then. Like, you know,
yeah,
years
yeah.
later, your influence is huge.
Yeah, I mean, that was also like, interesting so the thing was like when people came up and said, "Oh, it's 40 years of Ball to the Wall. Maybe you have to do something special." And I said, "Yeah, yeah, I don't know." And then, a lot of singers like Ripper Owens, D. Snyder,
Yeah,
and Doro, and whatever they said, "Oh, my favorite song on this album is like this. I would love to sing something." And then we was start thinking to do this album, the whole album
yeah,
again. But to touch Balls to the Wall is it can be very critical. And so then we said, okay, we was asking then all the singers where we know, and said, okay, then we do the album, but also with guest singers.
yeah.
And that I think also was a thing for people outside. Like, what? But everybody said, "Wow, this is great, to
Yeah.
hear somebody else singing on this song together with me. And but that was also a very interesting thing. And that was also for me very interesting to see they was really into that. They was
Oh
not
yeah.
asking for money or something like that.
Yeah.
They was like, yeah, okay, I have to find a studio. I want to have, yeah, and everything, yeah, was going in a way very quick. So yeah, I'm really happy, that in a way that we did it. Let's also get the whole thing also a little bit a different touch. And so, I mean, yeah, so far everything works very well at the moment. What can I say? A lot of people asking already, you're thinking about retiring? And I said, what? No. I mean, for what? Why? I mean, everything is working. My voice, I'm healthy. I can tour worldwide.
Yeah.
I have a great band around me. So why sitting home and drinking coffee? No,
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Well, it's definitely a victory lap for that album and the influence. Did doing that song and having other people sing it kind of give you like a new, like seeing it through someone's eyes? Like, when you have a kid, I'll see you like look at things a little differently. As a new parent, like having that album done by different people, did you kind of get like a fresh perspective after all this time?
Yeah, I mean, it was also like, wow, for example, I mean, I was really like Biff did London Leather Boys. And the interesting thing was when Biff was singing London Leather Boys, it can be also a Saxon song, you know.
That's what people have said over the years.
Yeah,
You know?
that's very interesting to hear. Or like Dirkschneider was singing, um, ah, here we go, yeah, Losers and Winners. It
Yeah,
can be also Dirkschneider, you know, song, whatever, you know. And that's very interesting to hear, you know. And yeah, so I mean that was in a way, we was very nervous, you know, when the album came out. What the people,
mhm.
what the people say, but also the people say, "Wow, great, you know, well done." So
Well, that's the best part to hear that. You do a little of that. You got this album, which is totally different, and then you work on the new Udo album. I mean, it's great that you're just mixing it up. You're not stopping at one thing, and you're still producing a lot of music right now. I mean, you should
yeah,
because your voice is great. Keep
thank
producing it
you.
because someday it stops. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's also like this is also crazy with my voice, you know. I mean, I can sing also now lower stuff, you know. And 20 years ago, no. I mean, that was also like I don't know. It was learning, you know. When I did some always like different stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, okay, it works, you know. And also, Stefan said to me, was, or he in the studio, he said to me, "This voice is unbelievable. You're singing sometimes higher than in the 80s." And I said, "Yeah, I don't know." It's very it's very funny, but I mean, of course, I'm happy that I can do all that stuff, you know, and that's yeah, good.
It's great. I mean, as a fan, listening to like these albums over the years that you've done, even in the past, I don't know, just I can't even tell you, like past 15 years, the album still gets stronger and stronger and heavy. Like I'm like, this is like unbelievable how strong your voice is. I'm like, I gotta ask you. I mean, so I'm surprised that you don't have anything special to do with your voice because all your albums do not
Yeah,
have weak spots for your voice.
I mean, it's also, you know, I think it's also one point that makes also a little bit different, you know. I mean, I was always doing my vocals on my own. I mean, composing the
Mhm.
vocal, the melodies, and all that stuff, and lyrics also in a way on my own with UDO. But um, now with my son, so I mean he's 31 years old, you know, and he's also the guitar player is 31 years old. The other guitar player is 40. I mean, in a way, young people, you know. I'm a little bit older, so and it's interesting. Now I create all the vocal melodies with my son, you know,
Okay.
and he is coming up with ideas. Sometimes he said, "Oh, that maybe you can try this and this melody." And then I said, "Yeah, why not? Let's try it." And I think that it's very important that you are open-minded and try,
Hmm.
you know. And we did on the last UDO album, we did some stuff that was in a way also new for me, you know, arranging various vocals and this and this and this. So that's very interesting, and that it's like being creative, you know, and not like, okay, I know everything. Sorry, we do it like this way. No, I mean I'm open-minded, and I'm really, yeah, still learning in a way. You can say I'm still learning.
Well, I think having a band that are all working together has
Yeah,
for you in these other part of your career. I'm not, also, once again, it's probably made it easier for you to produce so much music because it's not push pull. It's just move forward, create, have fun, create, move forward, which allows you to be more creative, less
yeah,
stress, more art. You
yeah.
know.
Okay, the only thing is, of course, you make a new album and then you want to play a lot of stuff of the new album, you know.
Yes.
The problem is then you have so many classic songs already,
Yeah.
also with UDO, except put except by side, you know.
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, maybe we can play 2 or 3 songs of the new album, and the people want to hear all this classic stuff, you know.
Yep.
I remember I had also a long talk with Ronnie James Dio, you know, and he said, "Udo, why we are creating new albums or doing new albums? The people don't want to hear that. They want to hear all the classic stuff, you know." I said, "Yeah, but." You know, for ourselves, in a way, it's good to that we create something
Right.
new, you know. Yeah, he said this is sometimes, you know, and you think, yeah, okay, I would love to play some different songs, but you cannot play for 4 hours or whatever, you know. This
Oh my
is
God, for you, if you just did just the Udo songs, like 20 albums, if you just one song for each album, that's 20 songs right there. Just from your those, not even talking Accept, like that's bananas.
yeah, you can,
That is crazy.
yeah, you can choose always one song of each album, you know. You can do that. So, but this is really a nightmare to put a set list for live shows together, you know, this
Yeah.
time.
You have to do a special thing like 3 nights of just like all kinds, like you know what I mean? Like every night is a different show at some place, like stay somewhere, just do like different songs
Yeah,
everywhere, like a special
no,
anniversary of something like
sometimes, you know, it's I can just explain it in Europe. We know in the north of Europe they want to have more melodic, more heavy stuff, you
yeah,
know. If you come to the south, like Spain, Greece, or something like that, they
yeah,
want to have all these speed songs, you know, really
yeah,
like so then we normally, yeah, we know that, and then we change a little bit the set list, you know, if we, you know,
okay.
okay, and that keep it also interesting for us. Yeah.
And the US, you just people just want a greatest hits album is what they want.
Yeah. So when we're coming to the US, we're coming as the Dirkschneider, and then we play the Accept songs, you know. And I mean, now it's also, I mean, now I have Peter with me. It's also, you know, he has a really good voice, and now
Yeah,
also the sound is getting more and more when we play the Dirkschneider stuff. It's like the people
yeah.
say, "Wow, that's the real Accept," you know. Yeah, it's, I don't
You
know.
got
That's
you got a good amount of Accept in it right now. So
Yeah, but Accept is also, I mean, what Wolf is doing with his band. I mean, it's also great. Tornillo is a great singer, you know.
Mhm. Oh,
But
yeah,
but that's a different story, you know. Okay, they do they do their thing. I do my thing, you know. And both there's enough space.
there's enough room for everybody, and I think Accept fans get more and can enjoy whatever they want. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's just not one or the other. It's just people can enjoy everything, and
Yeah.
everyone's just
So
being hardworking musicians, just going out there rocking. You know,
yeah, that's it. That's it.
there's no room for
Yeah.
anything else. Well, I want to thank you. This has been great. I want to October 3rd, Babylon,
Okay.
and
Then
then we need
what
to
can I
watch for
say?
well, we got watch for your other
Yeah.
stuff coming too.
Yeah, what can I say? I mean, I'm looking forward to come to the US, you know, touring, and yeah, thanks for having me, and take care. Have a
No
nice
problem.
evening.
Take care.
Okay.
You take care.